Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Hip Hop Baby's Album Review. It's your host, Deadly. You know, I got my boy Ray with me as always. Today we got 6 by Kenny Mason. Came out a little bit ago, I know, but it's worth your time, I promise you. The album is great. We've been excited for Kenny. For me, it's been since he had that track with IDK and JID called Serial. And I was like, who's this guy on this track with IDK and JID? Surely he can't be that good. And then he comes in, he bodied both of them. And I was like, hold on. He's flowing like this on this track with these two guys that, been killing the game for a long time now. I had to tap in, bro. We talked about Ruffs last year. That was both one of our favorite projects. Next time that Kenny was going to drop, we was bound to talk about it. One thing I got to say is Atlanta producer rapper combos are out of this world, bro. We got Metro and Future, Metro and Young Thug. We got JID and Christo. And now we got Kenny Mason and Coop, bro. What the heck happened, bro? I felt like I just got smacked up the side of my head, bro. Like, I heard this project, I was like, God damn, bro. 9 tracks, 30 minutes, just popped me in the mouth real quick. I wasn't expecting to get any Kenny Mason this year.
I didn't know he was going to drop a project. He dropped like an EP. I think you sent me this project. I was like, oh, okay. So he dropped something. It probably wasn't a surprise drop, but I obviously need to be checking more because...
Nah, yeah, because he dropped us 3 tracks. It was called 3. Right, and now this one's called 6, and he combined them together to make 9. Yeah, he thinks he's Drake. Turn that 6 upside down. It's a 9 now. Yeah, first tape was a teaser tape, right? It had 100 and None with Tony Snow, Avatar, and Back Home. A lot of variety on those 3 tracks right there. So didn't really know what we were going to get with this whole project, but I'm liking what I got from it. I'm liking how it came together at the end. I think that he definitely was saving some of his best tracks for the project. I'm going to speak for both of us for a second, but, like 2 favorite songs, yeah. Dracula,
yeah,
Rich.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are the 2, I think, the ones he's done videos for pretty quickly for, right? And Dracula was a single, dope single. That's one thing I've seen him post before. He was posting snippets of that, and I was like, oh, he'll drop a single or something, right? I wasn't expecting a full project. That song fit perfectly in this project, and Rich does as well. Rich is a dope ass track, but I wasn't trying to also skip over Dark Side. The first track out the gate.
Oh no, we get into it, bro.
That was a hard way to start the album. Pups was a really good album, right? It was cool. I think it was a more full album. I think that one was longer than this one, but I think what he did with this one, and I think that's why it's cool, he dropped the EP beforehand, right? Of the first 3 was show you something that was different, and then completely hit you on the head with 6 new tracks pretty much that are like,
yeah,
a different sound. This is different.
Coming in with Dark Side, right? You got Coop producing. He done some production for Young Nudie, if y'all familiar with Nudie. Gumbo album. He was just in his bag on this. It was a super spacey beat, lots of room for Kenny to work with, and then it just like kind of sets that ambiance for like what he's trying to go for. I don't know how to explain it too much, but like the visuals with what he's doing with these music videos and the way that this music sounds is like, they're like interlocked, or the videos look exactly how you would imagine they do when you hear the tracks. Got that 2000s video camcorder, so that that's the era that he comes from. Same age as us, basically, right? That was like some of our earliest videos. I'm sure you had some home videos with your fam taking videos of you running around with the the video camcorder. So I thought it was dope that he was repurposing that and putting it into his music, and just how much he shows his personality and what he comes from with the different little details that he puts into it.
I feel like it was interesting to see him go out his way to get Project Pat, Stack It Up. Obviously Kenny Mason shows love to the old school and like his influences, but it's been dope to see people hit up Project Pat because they take from his flow, or they'll sample him pretty much for a beat because his flows are sometimes damn near like instrumentals. The way he rapped, the way he got him on this was dope. On Stack It Up too. I think he's making the right moves, even if people aren't always paying attention. He's dropping consistent dope projects. As a fan of Kenny Mason, he's consistently showing that he's going to drop something to catch my ear. We were just talking about Avatar, right? When he dropped the first 3 tracks, that track caught my ear, and I was like, "Dang, you're going hard on this one." And it's dope to see that he keeps that energy going. He doesn't ever back off. Like you're saying, we weren't expecting a project and we got one. He knows right now he still has a chance to grow and get a big fan base.
Yeah.
He's on a roll. I'm glad he didn't stop and chill for a minute and just do features
Nah.
or something. Keep dropping your own music.
He's got something that's really potent, right? Like I just feel like the combination that he's got with the fusion of rock and rap and what he does is just electric. This dude is taken from Project Pat and like Nirvana at the same time, right? Like that's wild. You go from Avatar where he's just spitting rapid fire flow on you over like a spacey trap beat, and then he goes into Back Home and he's like hitting you with these somber lyrics. It's got you like swinging side to side, you know, back and forth. He's just like, oh man, his music, oh, it's taking me away, right? He just got so many different avenues he can attack a project, and they all fit together too, which is the best part. Other artists that we listen to in the mainstream, they do have other parts about themselves that they try to highlight within their music, but it doesn't necessarily fit with the other parts of them. You know, it's like they're conflicting. But these ones, the way that Kenny spins it, it's just him, bro. It's like it doesn't feel like he's trying to reach two different fan bases. You know, he's trying to find like just his own fan base.
Yeah,
You know, he's consistent.
With the references he makes in his music. I think he obviously knows who he appeals to. I think that's why he slowed down a little bit. This doesn't have a lot of features. He has a unique voice, so he can hold his own for a project. And I think that it's cool to see him keep doing that, because even for someone who, like me, who likes features on a project, it's like it has variety. He doesn't really need to do that. His songs alone bring enough variety where I'm like, okay, that's cool. And this wasn't that
Yeah.
long as well. It was only what, 30 minutes?
He just got it all figured out at this point, bro. Like, I mean, we've seen he can do the hits, right, with like other people. We've seen it on that Dreamville project. I know it's a very forgettable Dreamville project, D-Day, right? But Stick was the big hit out of there, and that was an insane banger. Very underappreciated, but he's got that under his belt. You know, he's got some other stuff under his belt that he's just been doing, like working with Nudie, right? Because we were talking about him and Nudie use the same producer in Coop. Mm-hmm. So, you know, he got Nudie with him. He's definitely making all the right moves all over the JID project, right? JID continues to get him back on his stuff, you know, highlight him. He was doing vocals for Dance Now, right? And he was on Just in Time. This is exactly what we need. Like you said, just bring it back down. Get to your fans one-on-one. Just a really dope way to go about it, you know? And then, like, we just finished talking about Dark Side Rich right after, bro. Right into that. The chorus on here is crazy, bro.
Oh my goodness. I'm on that new shit.
Yeah, come on, bro. Like,
he a vocalist when he wants to be, too. Sometimes I'm not a fan of them. I've said this before. I don't like sometimes when rappers will try to extend themselves on the vocals or try to do a hook and it sounds weird. He fits perfectly. I'm never usually like, dang, like that's a bad hook to put him on. You know what I'm saying? Or like he should have got someone else. I think I kind of said that with Pups, but I feel like on this one, even some on the deeper songs on this one, like Side to Side, it's still catchy. He knows how to use the instrumentals and flow with the instrumentals to a way it gets stuck in your head pretty easily. Dracula instantly got stuck in my head, like we were saying.
That shit was nuts, bro. That was a cheat code, bro. That felt like discovering the TikTok algorithm for the first time, bro. You know, that shit hit like crack, bro. I got this zap on my body. You know, like you just going in, bro. And then the beat too, like the way that the sample was looped, bro.
Minecraft nigga beating the block. That was crazy.
Little shit like that, only like people that are our age would like be like, oh shit, you know. But if you go somebody who's 30 years old, right, like they'd be like, okay, maybe this isn't for me. That's what I really appreciative of on this project, and just Kenny in general, is staying true to himself, just showing who he is. And like, if you think he's dope to you, and if you don't, you know, he's not going to change. He might do some more stuff in the future with experimentation and stuff like that. We were talking about the vocals and like choruses and stuff. He's always trying new stuff like that, right? He's always just going to be true to himself, is what it feels like. Very consistent with that. So
who else that's doing songs with like Coop and stuff like that is dropping rock tracks on their album like this?
Yeah.
You know, because even though he's working with the producers that you see in the mainstream, he's using them and some of the others to put together albums don't sound like the other contemporaries in his lane. You know, like we're saying like some people, he's not like a super young artist. He is I think he's in his later 20s at this point, right? So even though he makes some songs that could be popular with younger people, like younger people at this point, right? He knows how to also make it relevant to people like us, and maybe even some older people. That's why I think he's able to do songs with Freddie Gibbs on that deluxe album he did. He's able to do songs with the older artists, like Denzel Curry, who's basically a vet at this point, right? Like he can
Yeah.
do that and pull it off.
JID also got a very late start in his rap career and didn't really
Mm-hmm.
start blowing up till he was like 27, 28, right?
Kendrick
But
was like that
these
too. Yeah, Kendrick
exactly,
didn't start blowing up till later.
you know, so like cultivating your sound, being true to yourself as an artist, and then when the time is right, you know, hitting that switch and just going in.
We keep bringing up Coop because Coop, he showed me that like he's a pretty dope producer at making different sounds in the trap lane or in whatever lane he wants to do. You know, like we're saying, he works with Young Nudie. Usually, you know, he doesn't venture out that much, but even with Young Nudie, he usually finds like weird samples for Nudies, or he finds a weird way to make the beat sound wacky and cartoony for Nudie, right? But for Mason, he'll find something that's more rock ambient to let Kenny like find his little flow, right? With this project and a bunch of other stuff he's been doing with even other artists, I gotta say, Coop is up there. He's making beats that are really good, and he's making them continuously. I'm like, okay, I don't know if he has projects of his own. Maybe I need to look for him, but if he drops a project, I'll be checking for it, just like someone like Metro Boomin or something, because
For
he's
sure,
able to
bro.
find these rappers that work with his production and make it work no matter what he's trying to do.
Really expressing like the best parts of the person, right, that he's working with. That really is an attribute of a great producer, is to be able to find somebody that you can work with, and bring out the best in them. They bring out the best in you. Working with these guys, you know, putting in work, making bangers all day long, bro. Just bangers after banger, man. Stack it up, bro, with Project Pad, bro. Like, god damn, man. Like, that shit was just wild.
Stack it up, watch it fit. Watch that.
I was turning it up, bro. I want to see Kenny Mason go on tour for sure, so I can see this. I've seen him one time before live. It was at Day in Vegas. It was fucking insane. He had literally like one of the best sets outside of Kendrick and Baby Keem, because you know they're in their own little sphere right now. But he had one of the best sets. The crowd was lit. Barely anybody even knew him, and we was all getting lit. His music is just so easy to get into that, like, you just play this shit at a party, right? And people would be turning up to it because it's got all the different types of, you know, sounds and stuff, right? The way that he blends the rap and the rock just like brings basically like two groups of people together in my mind. Like I'm thinking like darker looking fucking grunge fans, and then over here you got like really like trappy, like, you know, ATL fans, stuff like that, and they just coming together and they just enjoying this dope shit, man.
It would be dope to see him. This is definitely like, I think it would be cool if he could get a band or to perform some of these songs. And I think it would be cool just to see him go up there and have a take on it. I think overall this was a good project. I wasn't expecting an album. I got something, even though I heard pretty much the second disc. You know how he split it in two discs. I've heard it already. Yeah, it fit better in the context. Yeah, because when he dropped those three tracks by themselves, Avatar would really just stand out. Within the album, it fit more.
I was gonna say like Back Home, like, and Avatar are so like different in the way that they sound, but then you get into the rest of the project, he kind of makes it more even, like the different stuff, like Side to Side, Back Home, Dark Side, kind of all like similar tracks, and then you got Dracula, Rich, Avatar going in with like that killer aggression type flow, just going at it, right? And then the other ones that are like really spacey and like make you introspective and think about stuff, and you just vibe into it, right? He definitely showed the range on here. It's only 9 tracks, 30 minutes. Like, we really not talking about an album that's like that long, occupying that much of a space. But like in my brain, it's like fucking 5 terabytes of space, bro. Like I just got shit dedicated to memorizing these lyrics because like it's just so good, so catchy, so good, just great music. Can you keep doing your thing, bro?
Keep dropping these albums that are good. I'm hoping you can keep them coming at this rate, because right now you're giving me something to listen to every year, pretty much.
Yeah, Angelic Hoodrat, the Deluxe, Ruffs, 6, right after that.
And eventually, if something reaches the masses, you will have a catalog for them to check out for sure. Like, it's at the point now where if I tell someone to check out Kenny Mason and they like his music, you would be able to listen to a bunch of projects because, oh, okay, well, let's check out Angelic Hoodrat. Let's check out this. You wouldn't only probably want to check out this one if you really like his music.
You definitely got to go back. It's not like some of that shit you just releasing stuff to get your name out there anymore. He's got a catalog for sure. I like how you put that, yeah, because man, you go back to Ruffs, bro. You know how much we love that shit. That's 16 tracks right there. Angelic Hoodrat, Super Deluxe. That's another 12 tracks right there. And then you go into all the features that he's done. Those are like some of his most popular songs, is like his feature work he's done on other
And you were
artist
slapping this
projects.
SoundCloud shit. You know what I'm
And he
saying? Like
got,
he drops Lucy's
yeah,
all the time that are good too, and he has other songs.
yep.
Y'all got the time, do your research. It's worth it. It's worth it.
With that being said, thank y'all so much. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit that. Helps us so much with the algorithm. Y'all don't even know. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all check out Kenny Mason. Stream his fucking music, man. He's hella dope. I fuck with it so heavy. I know that you will too, because if you still watching me, you know, you definitely think I got a decent opinion. Thank y'all so much. Appreciate that.
Yeah, man, another dope project. I'm appreciating the music. I feel like your projects usually last me throughout the year. And also I take songs from them, put them in my playlist, and it's easy rotational songs. So keep them coming, man. Cool. Keep producing for a lot of these dudes in ATL, man. Your production is unique and it slaps. And that's sometimes a hard thing to do together. With that being said, peace.